So, Miss Shavonne, welcome to
Yes.
Rodney and Melissa Evolving.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here. Thank you for chatting with us tonight. We
Glad to
appreciate
be
that.
here.
Good.
Yes. So, okay, listen, I know people are coming here to see you because of Dr. Umar's things. But let's start from the beginning. Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yes.
I'm from Kansas City.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So, how was your family dynamic growing up?
Oh, my family dynamic growing up, I have siblings.
Okay.
I have mother and father, same home, married, long time.
So, how
lovely
many siblings do
family.
you have?
I'm sorry?
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 sisters.
Oh wow, a house full of girls.
4 girls?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus.
Your poor father.
I know.
So, were you a good kid growing up?
I was an active kid. I was a good kid, but I was active.
Okay.
I was extremely talented. I had a lot of. I was really talented in music and drawing,
Okay.
writing short stories.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we like-
So, did you finish high school, go to college, and what did you study in college?
Well, I followed behind my mother with liberal arts, and then, but I didn't finish. I had kids, so I did not finish. But yeah, and then I tried to go to business school, but I ended up going into a job, a different, like with the government, and that kind of took me off from there.
Oh,
Okay,
I
cool,
understand that.
cool.
I understand that. So, how many kids do you have then?
I have 3 children.
Oh,
Okay. So, how old were you when you had your first child?
My first kid, I was 18.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So, did you have you been married before? Were you married to your children's
No,
father?
not a fan of marriage.
Oh, not a fan. Okay. All right. Good deal.
Why not?
Just never appealed to me. I come from a family, everybody's married. I'm more ambitious.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not judging you because I've never been married and I don't want to be married.
Right.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No judgment. I didn't feel judgment.
Yeah,
I
okay.
just was. I'm not interested in marriage. I've never been interested in marriage.
Yeah.
Always wanted kids. Never wanted to marry.
Okay, so how many? You have 3 kids. How many dads?
Same.
So
Okay.
3 kids with that. Oh, same dads.
You
Okay.
said dad? No. I'm sorry. One.
One dad.
One dad,
We
okay.
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
One dad. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So when did you guys break up?
When did we break up?
Yeah.
Some years back. It's been probably about maybe 5 years.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
That's
All right.
good.
So, if you had to go back and do everything, would you have done it the same?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's a nice life then. Yeah.
Okay. So now you have 3 kids. One of them was diagnosed with ADHD. When was that?
He was diagnosed when he was 5 years old.
Okay. Now, is that the youngest child or the middle or oldest?
He is my youngest child.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, did you seek help like in your community first? Because there are state programs, that can help, with a diagnosis like that and get assistance.
We pretty much we're pretty proactive. Me and his dad were pretty proactive. We went to a few places. I think I followed the lead from the medical, like my insurance.
Okay, cool. So you had like a whole village around you to help you with the kids.
Say that again.
You had like a whole village, a whole community around you to help you with the 3 kids, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think that was kind of the reason why I was a little bit more cocky than most with just being a single parent.
Mm-hmm.
I
Good.
didn't feel, the absence of a father. So
No, it's good to have family around
Yeah.
to help with kids.
yeah,
For sure. For sure.
yeah.
So when did you first hear of Dr. Umar?
Of Dr. Umar.
Mm-hmm.
My son brought him to, which I have a son that is the person that brings me a lot of new cutting edge stuff a lot, and he brought the phone to me and showed me him on the Breakfast Club, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you talk to your son about him, try to get to know Dr. Umar through your son?
Did I talk to my son about Dr. Umar?
Yeah.
No, he brought the video to me. He said, "Mom, listen to him." And I think it was because my son, the whole household was pretty much aware, like with my son, what was going on. So he brought it in to me.
Yeah, but no, okay. But after he brought him to you, did you guys have a communication after that?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Like, did you and your son kind of talk it over, decide whether or not like you wanted to reach out to Dr. Umar then about your youngest son?
No, I actually didn't. That's a very good question. I didn't really. My son was more enthused with him, and I said, well, maybe he would be able to help me with my youngest son. So this was my middle son, or my oldest son, but my middle child, and I reached out to him then.
Okay, because I was asking because a lot of people know him to be, I guess, a scammer.
Donations. Gifts. More gifts.
So that's why I was trying to find out if you knew ahead of time. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't have any of that information, which is a big reason why I've been pollinating the internet, going to different places, because I wanted as many people as possible to hear what happened with me, because most of his bad things were pushed to like the rear, and a lot of his good things were pushed to the front.
Yeah.
So when I Googled him, I got a lot of some of the the generic things about him, like he was a scholar, a school psychologist.
Yeah.
None of the bad things.
Okay.
So what was your first impression of him then? I mean, in person?
I thought he was a little quirky, but I was used to that from dealing with certain people in different spaces. Just like a lot of my friends are in different fields, and they tend to be the top of their field. So I didn't think anything of it, especially with him having so many degrees. I figured he was an intellect, he's a scholar.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, a lot of scholars are kind of they're a little different. They're creative in their own way, and so
a little eccentric. Nothing wrong with that.
Right,
No.
right. I grew up.
I enjoy it. I'm a little bit like that myself.
Right, right. Yeah, I grew up. My stepmom is a professor, so I've been around academics a lot of my life, and yeah, they can be a little quirky. You're right. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right. Nothing wrong.
Okay.
Nothing wrong.
So how long did you wait from the first time your son showed you Dr. Umar until you reach out to him?
Immediately.
Okay.
I was so eager for, especially with him being a black man, I was so eager to touch base with him. I sent him a text message as soon as he sent the number, or he said the number online or on the broadcast. I reached out immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So did he actually help you?
I got a generic response. It was a little underwhelming, and I figured that maybe I wasn't as forthcoming as I should, so I gave him a little bit more information the second text message that I sent him.
Okay.
And that was probably about, I have to look at it to be exact, but it was a little bit of a time afterward, not too far, because he was still fresh on the brain, when I was looking for someone. This was actually before we found who we settled on to work with my son. I reached out to him and asked him, I told him like a little bit more. I was a little bit more transparent with what was going on with my son, and he had the same response.
So he always talks about helping black boys. He always talks about helping black boys.
Yes.
Did you feel disappointed because he couldn't help your son?
I was well, that didn't come until a little bit later.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to really experience that. Like with the text messages, I just attributed that to him being busy.
Okay.
And I left, kind of left it at that. Even with the second one, where I was a little bit more inclusive, and then, or not inclusive, but I gave him more information. But after that, I reached back out to, he reached back to me and he asked me to do an event, and that took me on like another lane. It just took me somewhere else. I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. And then we had already touched base with a doctor that is pretty renowned.
Okay.
And we decided that that's where he needed to be.
Okay.
Okay.
So you initially reached out to him to get help for your son, but so why did you continue to talk to him then when you realized he wasn't going to help?
At that time, he had asked me to do an event.
Okay.
And I was shelving a project that I was working on. I had been working on the project for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're one of those people that work on projects, you're always looking for your next one, So the event was kind of something to take up some space. And so I decided to do it.
Cool. So I'll read the comment. Some people think you message Dr. Umar for your son as well as your personal needs. Is that true?
No. I wasn't looking, to be quite honest, I'll be a little transparent, and I think I've said this in another interview. When I met him, I was on a 4-year I was sustaining from having, intercourse for, I think it was about 4 years.
Okay.
And with my age, I was like, I better come off the porch. I better come, come off the porch and start dating again. This is what I'm going to do. It's never been, I'm always been a long-term dater. I've never been like, jump here, jump there. The last person that I was in something serious with was his father. I had seen a guy, he was a pediatrician, but we didn't really hit it off. So after that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down for a little while, kind of focus on some of my goals.
Yeah.
And so when I met him, I wasn't really even thinking about him like that.
Okay.
Don't worry, 4 years is nothing. I went 11, so yeah, no.
Hey, it's not as bad as what people think. I enjoy
You just got to put it out of your mind for a minute, but then when it comes back in, then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, I've been missing out on some stuff.
Okay, no, stop.
It went by. It went by quick.
Listen, 4 years is way too long. No, I'm a guy.
When
Okay,
you got things to do, I'm a very busy person. I feel my schedule is.
but I got needs. Okay, I got needs. I can accomplish those things and fulfill my needs at the same time. Come on now. Whoa. I thought women were multitasker.
Oh, we are. We
Okay.
are. Yeah, we are. But if you put it out of your mind, then you can get through. You can get through.
I think women do a little bit better with that than men, maybe.
I think so. Yeah. But I'm telling
Until you
you.
get older.
Yeah.
Once you start getting older as a woman, it starts, I think your body goes through a change.
Wait,
I will tell you. I will say this: as I've gotten older, though, it's become a lot harder to stay away from.
Yeah,
so.
I was always told.
Agreed.
The older you guys get, like in your late 30s and 40s, the
Yes.
kinkier you get.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're crazy. I don't know about this.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you're a single mom of 3. You're talking to popular guy online, and he's very charismatic. So when did things go from friendship to more sexual?
Okay. I thought that's what he said. I couldn't hear though. But once we did the event later on that evening, he invited me back to his hotel room. So yeah.
So that's where it went. So he made the first move then.
Say it again.
He made the first move.
Yeah. I didn't really, and people find that hard to believe. But no, I wasn't interested in him.
Why not?
Why not?
Yes.
He just wasn't my type of guy. Just from appearance, he just didn't strike me as somebody that was like, hey, I didn't get that feeling from him. I'm a Taurus. I love beautiful things,
Yeah.
I love beautiful men. I just didn't get that from him.
Okay.
So wait. Are you saying he's ugly?
No. I'm saying he wasn't someone that I was attracted to.
I get that.
Okay.
I get
I
that.
didn't
Yeah.
even see him as attractive online.
Right.
Okay. So
I think that didn't kick in until the women responded to him the way that they responded. And I was like, oh, okay, so this guy is considered good looking.
Okay.
yeah.
But I think you couldn't base it off of, him throwing, like, flirting with me and me accepting it, because I would flirt with anything. I've been sitting out, for 4 years. I was just sitting there.
I get that.
Okay. So
I was just, once I made up in my mind I was ready to come off, I didn't even really get a chance to even consider which direction I wanted to go. He was there.
you spent 4 years without doing anything, and you met Dr. Umar. You start talking to him. Did he at least please you?
Did he please me
Yes.
in the bedroom?
Yes.
I mean, I was underwhelmed the first time. The second time, I think he became a little bit more relaxed.
Okay.
He was more relaxed. I was more relaxed, and I think that flowed a little bit better.
So you gave him
The first time, it was more me doing everything.
So you gave him.
Or initiating everything. I was
see.
pretty much initiating everything.
Okay.
So you gave him a second chance.
Yeah, I was kind of in a space. I had flew out, And I was trying to make the most of the trip. I'll tell you, my thought process with getting with Umar, and I think this bothered me most of when I figured out that he wasn't what I thought he was. I looked at him as if I was going to use that as like a stress relief. You know,
Okay.
I wasn't interested in anything local because of what I was, you know, like my hometown and stuff, and just what my ex was in this area. I didn't want to mess with anything. You know, I have kids with this man. I didn't want to date someone and then get back to him. You know, I just had a lot of respect, you know. But going forward, I try to stay away from, I have a teen in here, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But yeah, I just try to stay out of those. I'm sorry, I had a teen grab something out of the fridge.
No, you're good.
You're good.
We understand
But
that.
yeah, I just kind of after that, yeah, we were pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, good. So now, you say you fly out. Did he actually pay for the flight?
No, I'm just like that. That's me. The only time I take gifts or, you know, anything like that from men is if I have intention with them, like, and I didn't know what my intention was with him, if it was going to be a good situation or a bad situation. So I usually put, and that goes for dates. I pay for my meals, everything until I have an intent with the man.
Okay.
Like as far as staying in that space, that's just how I date.
Okay, cool.
So, so did you guys use protection at least the first?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
It's good to be safe.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, we used protection. It wasn't until longer down the line where that became a situation.
Okay. So he has called you the throat goat. How do you feel about that?
I mean, to him, I probably am.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, he was eager. He's always been eager to tell the world that.
Now,
He's a male. You know that.
so now,
That experience. So he's probably eager to tell people. You know. I don't know. I think Umar he's a very childish, you know, he's just childlike.
yeah.
Very childlike, very childish. I didn't expect anything from the receipts that I've dropped on my page. I always, once I got to know who he was, I always knew that my pictures, anything personal, this is kind of why after the picture situation, I just really kept any of my private life away from him. You know, my businesses, anything that has to do with me personally, my children, I kept it away from him. He's definitely one of those people, if you have something that means something, you want to keep him away. He's a liability.
Wow.
He's a liability.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you talk about helping him with organized events.
Oh, I was never an event organizer. I played with the idea after because the child that was orating or opening up for him, his father and me sat down and we were saying, hey, you know, this might be something that we could provide for Jarrell Jr. so that he would not have to actually travel. We could just bring these people to the city. And am I stuck?
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. so we could actually bring these people to the city and have a place for him to orate. He was a fabulous orator for his age. He was only 12 years old.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
So he was getting awards. He had recognition. And we wanted to provide a space for him to showcase that.
Okay.
So Umar was one, after we decided on it, he was one of many people that were supposed to come to the city. He actually, we had a tragedy where that man unalived himself, Jarrell, well, not in this order, but unalived Jarrell, his mother, and himself. And he was one of my top bestowers. And then we tried to go forward with it because he made a donation to start this process, and we wanted to make it go, or have it go forward in his name. But once Jarrell was gone, and then Umar consumed most of my time with a boot camp, a parent boot camp that he was trying to bring back to the city. It kind of halted a lot of things and left things unsure. And I had agreed to it before we talked about doing the other events.
Okay.
So his fool's errand took up time away from planning these events after the tragedy.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
So we had a few people that we had planned to bring into the city, so that they weren't all like Umar. They had different belief systems. It's just basically like a conscious TED Talk, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So have you ever seen him use any donations for his own personal use?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Have you ever seen him use donations for his own personal use?
I can't say that I have knowingly, because I can't be for sure of the point of origin. And just me being responsible, from working in a field where that's an irresponsible thing to proclaim, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
What I would say is that he's not working, you know what I mean? But I can't be for sure that he doesn't have other streams of income. I don't know where his portfolio is.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it does.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. let's leave it like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
We won't proclaim that for certain.
Right.
Yes.
Say if it was, I would not be surprised.
Okay.
The Joe Budden podcast. The Joe Budden podcast.
Oh, the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Joe Budden podcast basically is what it is. He decided not to do it because one of the people that were on the show determined or dated one of his ex.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't want to do the show for that reason.
So do you think he's afraid of being exposed? I mean, do you think that that's part of it?
I do believe that he was afraid to be exposed. I think Umar does not put himself in positions where he's caught off guard and made to be. And he said this on one of the other podcasts. He will not put himself in a position. His image is really important to him, but he wouldn't put himself in a position to be caught off guard.
Okay, I mean, if you claim to be a great scholar, a great debater, you should be able to go anywhere and debate anybody about anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I couldn't hear him.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, Dr. Umar is really good at speaking. So, if he's afraid to go on podcasts, if he's afraid to go out there, I mean, that really doesn't speak to his, his persona that he's putting out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think he does a great deal of prep work before he goes on to these podcasts.
I mean, as he should.
I don't know. I know that he is a considered a good orator, but I don't know what that process is. So, like if it's off the top of the head, based off of their own research, is it their own, material? I don't know. I've heard a lot of things that he said. I've heard it on a continuum, but I've also heard it in other spaces. So I don't know how organic it is,
Okay, did he ever seek your advice about anything else?
Say it again.
Did he ever seek your advice about anything else?
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff. One thing with Umar is that he does not read rooms well. He used to ask a lot of things in regards to tact. He asked me about his, I think it was his aunt passing. If I thought that it was a good idea for him to get security. I think that he has a trying relationship with his family. Matter of fact, I know that he does because his nephew came out and spoke on that. I don't think that he has a very good relationship with his family at all, and I think that he wanted some insight on how he would deal with it. But he doesn't always take your advice. I've also had to speak with him about Anisa coming out. Some stuff was unsolicited. I just gave it to him because at 50 years old, you should have had this given to you, and you're not using it. Either you don't know it or you're not using it. So I've spoken to him about that. He's come to me about advice with his mother's care, her care team. He's had issues with a councilwoman that's up in Delaware. I'll be posting those receipts. I can't remember what her name was, but he's had issues with navigating those waters. He just doesn't do well with interpersonal, he doesn't do well with people.
It's really interesting considering that he's a psychologist. My dad's a psychologist, and that's one of the things he was really good at was dealing with people. So
I think that is what throws people off.
Yeah.
Because he's not the only psychologist that I know, and I've actually asked them their opinion on him, and they have different. Trying to choose my words, but they have different opinions on what possibly could be going on with him. But there is some mental health issues.
Yeah,
because listen, we had an interview with his daughter. She's very smart, she's very sweet, but she's fighting some stuff, you know what I mean? So she has some problems, and I think he has the same problem she has.
Yes, I do believe that is. I believe that you are right, and I feel like he can't help her, even from a clinician standpoint, with that.
Right.
He just doesn't have those tools to give her.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't.
I asked him to allow me, and I know this is crazy, but I have a lot of texts where I'm asking him to let her come with me or come down to me because no one knows who she is here, and I could help her out a lot because she needed someone.
Right.
Especially with going through her mental health. I wouldn't be his. Even on the rant that he went on that went public, his response to what is going on with her is to make her sit down and get a book. You know, he has no concept that this girl has some things that are going on with her, and education is not going to fix it, as it did not fix yours. You know what I mean? So you have, he's not able to understand that.
Yeah.
So
and for that reason, I don't feel like he's safe around children.
wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, did you meet his daughter in person? Have you ever
I've
met?
never met her, but
Okay.
I have watched a lot of things that are going on with her. We have the same zodiac sign. I have texted her, a couple of times. I didn't want to get it. I didn't want her to feel like I was trying to, and the same reason why I never came out about him when she came out, to even just to back her up and give her support, because I didn't want to take away from her time.
Yeah.
That was very much needed, her reconnection with her father, or just stepping out and saying, I'm here. But I haven't gotten a chance to meet her and talk to her on a lot of levels, and then I was unsure about boundaries with that.
Yeah.
His mother's a little bit different, because that is something that has to do with she's in immediate danger, and Anisa has been in the same situation, but she that's just a very, very fine line of just approaching her. I felt like she would need to, I could make myself available, and she would have to make that move on her own.
Okay.
But I think, I do think this. I don't know if she understands that her father, though he should, is not able to, he's not capable of showing up for her in the capacity that she needs him to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's that's hard for children to understand, about their parents when that and that happens probably more frequently than we'd like it to. But yeah.
So, when did you meet his mom?
When did I meet his mom?
Yeah.
Well, he reached out to me and he told me about the issues he was having with her care plan, or care team, I should say, or lack thereof. And I told him that I empathize with him, and he said that he's looking if I could, and I accepted. I said, yeah, sure, I would do that for him. This was when I had some reservations about us being romantic for a long period of time, but I did value the friendship because of what I thought he had the capability of being.
Okay.
So I was trying to retain the friendship. I did not know that, both should have been scrapped, but so I offered that as a friend, just unconditional. I felt like he was someone that had experienced no one being there for him unconditionally. And I offered that to him, and I met her. And when I met her and I saw the environment and I saw the condition of her, that's when I was like nauseated. I was like, this is not good. This is not good. It's not good. It's not a good situation, and this is going to take a hell of a lot more work than what I originally thought.
So, do you have any certifications or licenses that to care for others like that?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I was not a care professional at all. I have friends that are, I have a lot of respect for it. It's not a position that I've ever wanted to be in, just because I have never looked at jobs like that. I've worked for the state before, my state, and it tugged at my heartstrings. I don't have the ability to look at people as numbers or objects. I have too many emotions to work in that kind of line of work. I couldn't do it.
Okay, so I have a question. So when you got to the house, what did you see in there that makes you think she's in danger?
Before, it was the smell. When I first walked in, it was the smell. Then it was the house. It resembled hoarding.
Wow.
A bad case of hoarding. And then I walked in and I got working with her. I looked in a couple of places, hot spots, but I hadn't seen her bottom yet. I hadn't changed her yet. But the refrigerator, the way that food was kept, didn't seem sanitary to me. Nothing seemed sanitary. It was a terrible situation. It looked like he was over. This was not him. This wasn't him struggling with a lot of things on his plate. Things got overwhelmed. This was just a mental health. There's a very different look when it's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew something was wrong with him at that time. I got, bits and pieces of it from things just interacting with him on, like a friendship, but this kind of confirmed it.
That's so sad. So, I mean, do you think that that's why he never hired an agency to take care of her, like professionally? He didn't want people in his business, or he didn't want, or it was a mental health thing. I mean, or a little bit of both, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was all about him being paranoia. I think that's one of the things that made him not use me again. And somebody else brought that to me, that the fact that the paramedics that came in, she got dizzy and slid down on the bed. And I couldn't physically lift her up from the floor. And I had to contact the paramedics. I couldn't leave her down there,
right?
Especially with the condition of the floor, and she didn't have on a pull-up. And so I called someone. Yeah. He had specific instructions about me staying there and keeping her. He didn't want anyone in the house. Don't open the door. Turn off the light when you do have to open the door to get packages or food that was delivered. Turn off the lights, open the door, get in and get out, quiet, don't make a lot of noise. It's just a highly paranoid man. He's an extremely paranoid individual.
Wow.
It seems like
more
jail.
so than normal.
Yeah.
This is jail.
It is jail. That is jail. I mean, I can't.
Does not leave the home.
I can't imagine.
And then her bottom, when I changed her, she had markings, and then she had sores on her.
Wow.
And I had to, a lot of times I would let her rest out of the pull up. I guess that's the right name. I hate calling it pull up because that's it makes me think of a child. But out of the pull up to let her air out some, and my stomach turned when I saw her bottom. It's like she's been sitting like that often.
This
wasn't a diaper rash. This is like somebody who's had issues with I don't know if he's doing it or the caregivers, but I hold him responsible.
A second. But my thing is that he's supposed to be responsible because that's your mom. You're supposed to take care of her.
Yeah.
If the team you hire not doing it, fire them, hire somebody else.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and he has I assume he has medical power of attorney over her, all of that stuff. So yeah,
And
that's
he has been keeping her family from her for years.
so
Her mother passed away
yeah.
without seeing her daughter.
Wow.
Wow.
He's a vindictive and evil monster.
So has anyone attempted to call the authorities and report the way that she's living? Like, has anybody come out and inspected?
I did not make that immediately known because of a lot of things that were going on, but I've decided that I need to start telling people because people are like, oh, she didn't tell. I did tell. I told. I also gave him the benefit of the doubt before. I'm always, because I've worked with survivors, women that are survivors, I always give the benefit of the doubt to correct the behavior before I call in anyone. That doesn't matter if it's Child Protective Services or if it is in this situation the elderly. I always give that option. Especially with women that are survivors, a healthy mind is able to pick up on things a lot better than an unhealthy mind.
Right.
And even when they don't have the intent to do anything that harms the children, a lot of these women are under distress. So when you go into that situation, you have to consider the fact that they are under distress. They're not working with the same mindset as someone that's in a safe environment. So I give them the benefit of the doubt, unless it isn't an immediate danger,
Yeah.
And with her, I told him there's some things that has to change. This is what I can help you do. He thought of this more as someone trying to move into his space or be with him because he has so many women that are interested in being a wife. I have no interest in being your wife. I'm trying to help you correct these problems so that you can move forward and possibly even hit some of your goals. That's not, you can't do that with him because his ego is too far gone.
Right. Wow.
I mean, okay, listen, I cannot take you serious about helping the community if you can even help your mom and your daughter.
Right. Yeah.
I just posted that same thing. They wanted me to check out all these receipts. I don't care about him. I care about her getting in a safe environment. And other things, but that has never, and it's disheartening, especially as a black woman in that space with other black. I do not like the fact that people are picking up on the wrong shit.
Right.
Like, this isn't about if I'm who you thought you should. His mother is in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Refocus,
So does he?
I don't know. He appeals to a certain type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what type that is, though. Honestly, I'm just
That type is
Before I even brought this stuff forward, I knew that the psyche was very fragile when it came to him.
Yeah.
He has a cult-like following. I knew that I needed to even try to go back in to get some things I really didn't need, but I wanted just to have, but I couldn't stomach him. He talks bad to people. He does bad things, and he has this bravado about like he's this amazing part. You're filthy. I mean, he's nothing to me, and I can't hold that back too much when I'm in his space. It's gonna come out,
Yeah.
and it did.
Wow. So
You treat your mother like there's no other woman is going to have anything else coming. You treat your daughter like nobody else is going to have anything coming
absolutely
from you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what was the last straw for you? Like when did you totally like just break it off with him? Like friend, everything, you know what I mean? Like,
it was a couple of them, you know, it was a couple of times that after the first visit, I left out of there like cussing and fussing. Like I left out of there like, I was going down the stairs with my suitcase. You got me messed up because you think you who? You ain't nobody, you know. I was upset. Let me tell you. I was like, and I've been letting you talk to me, and I've been putting my oh Lord, I went through a lot of things. Yeah. A lot of things. I'm trying to tell you, I went through them. I had bits of crying. Yes, I cried because I could not believe that I missed some of the things that I missed. I had an amazing father. I know what a good man is, and I could not believe that I had missed these flags. I just kept assuming that they were based off of this eccentric. But it wasn't that. It was the fact that he's not even poised to he's not that guy. And I missed it.
Yeah.
Missed it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So,
but I had, to answer your question, I had a few moments like that.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh God, his mom, I gotta go back, I gotta go back out there. So went back out there, I dealt with him. I took sex off of the table. We did end up linking one time. And it was I think it was Valentine's Day. I got emotionally, and I think he felt it too, because he went all out for Valentine's Day, but in my mind, I was done with Umar a long time. Once I seen that house, I probably would have stayed in there longer had his treatment before that house was good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was seeing the house and you were talking to me crazy. Are you insane?
Yeah.
Like, you're not.
So,
once I seen the house, I was like, oh yeah, you out of here, buddy. But then the mom was there, and I was like, oh, I like her too, So I stayed for that, but I took sex off the table, and then he got vindictive because I think that he thought I was trying to tell him he wasn't good enough because of that house.
Right.
But it wasn't that. We could have worked through that part, and I did give him an out. I said, we could be roommates. I said, I'll take care of your mom. I'll keep the house clean, in a new house. Because the one that you got right now, you shouldn't be in Section 8. You shouldn't be getting food stamps, all of that stuff. I can level any man up. I have that ability. But I said, we can get her out of this situation. We can get you in a clean environment. I'm a minimalist, so we'll get that done. I can work, on my projects. I might want to do something like drop shipment just to help you out with the rent. But we got to get out of here. And then we'll take her with us. This is my mind, but he pitched it to me. Okay. He said that he wanted to get a house together. And once he said that, I said, well, maybe he's trying to change his situation. Mm-hmm. And before that, he was like, well, we don't have a lot of things, but when you come, you can decorate and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that he knows that there's something wrong with the home. He just needs a woman's touch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not what I walked into.
Okay.
It was very disarming.
Okay, so I have a question. I want clarification. Yeah. Did you say Dr. Umar on Section 8 and food stamp?
Yes. I don't know how the hell that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Okay. Yeah. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
So
I know that it could be possible because his mother is, but even with her, I don't understand. You have 6 degrees.
Yeah.
You have a way. You can't tell me that you didn't know how to supplement, or not even supplement, to open up multiple streams of income so that your mother was not relying on government assistance. Yeah. And you swear that you love her.
Yeah,
I would do that with my children. My brain doesn't think like that. I couldn't stay on. It's okay if it's a crutch. I'm not, but it's or not okay if it's a crutch. It's okay if it's a step.
Right.
But don't use it as a crutch.
Right.
And he was the way. I'm like, you collect millions of dollars. Where is this money at?
Right.
I know.
Right. You
have the know-how.
Yeah.
I was thinking to open up streams of income.
Right.
And change your situation.
And he does all these events where he's speaking and people are paying him for that.
All these interviews.
Where's all that money? He's traveling all over the world to do these.
There's something going on It's something going on. He's either some way that money is leaving, even if he's putting it in a nest egg, he's a bio man. Your mother needs it now.
Yeah, and that's fraudulent.
Regardless of whatever, he could be sending it over to Africa. You're a bio man. Your mother needs that now.
Wow. Okay.
He doesn't strike me as someone that is able to put things in priority. Like he's not able to work in a methodical approach about anything.
Yeah. So, is he addicted to anything?
I have heard that he's on drugs. I know that he is sniffing and sweating like a dang on pig, but I don't know. I've never seen him do anything, so I can't call that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I know that he is a wicked man. He has some things about him spiritually, a darkness.
Yeah.
A very dark spirit around him, and I don't think that it was more pronounced than when I was in the home.
Okay.
So that home is that where you stay when you go to Philly?
Yes.
Okay, and that's where he lives as well.
That's where he lives. What?
That's where he lives also, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He lives in Philadelphia.
So the same home. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he stays in Philadelphia.
So, speaking of his wicked ways, so a few weeks ago, he kind of crashed out on Instagram and he started talking about your hygiene. Is that something that he ever directly said to you while y'all were together, or is that just him being petty at this point?
I think that it has something to do with him thinking I was going to put out the text about his mother.
Okay.
Which I had no intentions on doing, but when he threw me under the bus, I had to show them, excuse me, I had to show how this man manipulates situations to fit his agenda.
Right.
I've never had any problems with my hygiene like that. If anything, I am OCD about my body. And I was the person that was getting her healed. Mm-hmm. And then for someone to say something like that, and it makes me feel some type of way after I considered what that house looked like.
Right.
I mean, I just was like, are you trying to deflect? And someone told me to drop the pictures of his house. Not yet. I'm gonna let him sit and marinate in this before I put those pictures out, because when you see how he lives and how he was talking about me, I don't live like that. Yeah. And I know some people can be very clean and still have something going on, but I'm not that person. I've never been like that. He forgets that people know me in real life.
Right.
You know.
I
I've
think
never been promiscuous or anything like that. I've never had any problems with my hygiene. I brought my health record up the first time that we laid down together. I brought my health record up. The things that I asked him let him know that I'm very picky about who I share and this is a man that calls women to his hotel after an event.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't tell. He probably has smelled a lot of wicked things, you know, but you're not taking any time to vet these women out today. But that's why I take my time. I need to know that, you know, I need to get some kind of gauge on you. And I did not read him right at all.
wow.
He got very lucky to get the throat goat.
No, because my thing is like, as a guy, you should never do that to a woman.
Never.
You should never expose a woman like that, true or not, because it's giving me a punk.
Yeah.
A real man don't do things like that. A real man will never sleep with a woman and go out and tell the world about her.
Right. Right.
And you know what I mean? That's power to me.
It says a lot about. I mean, I get it. People don't know if it's true or not, but that says a whole lot about him as a man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And he's
A
too
lot about
old.
him as a man.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't pick that person to take care of my mother. I wouldn't see him multiple times. I damn sure wouldn't want to move in with him. I think that would be our last encounter if I smelled like what he said.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you so bad, so smelly, why he coming back?
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
dude, what the hell? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I think that was a very childish
Very
way
childish.
to
Yeah.
show he was hurt, and I didn't expect anything less from him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or anything more. I'm sorry, from him.
Yeah.
So, what did your family think about the whole situation?
My family is very supportive, extremely supportive.
That's good.
Get them. That's all that, you know, that's all everybody is like, get them. Because to be quite honest, I have a very uneventful life. You know, as much as I try to be the wild child, you know, I try to vacation a lot. You know, I hunt, I fish.
Good.
I try to hang out with friends when I can. I'm very busy. I don't have I'm on this rat race of trying to get things done. I don't particularly do anything. So, and I'm very quiet. I am one of those people that people come to have heart-to-hearts. So there are some people, and I said this on a video I posted, that I probably will never speak to again, but I have heart-to-hearts with them, or have had heart-to-hearts with them, and I hold it in confidence. Me talking, I think, jarred my family, because I not only am talking, I'm telling things. I'm very open.
Yeah.
One thing I knew when this happened, and I collected myself from going through this, I didn't want any privacy between me and that man at all.
Right.
I wanted everything out there. You know, if I could have told what his boxers looked like, I would everything. I wanted nothing left where he would think that I had any respect for him or his privacy at all. Even if that, you know, was me giving up mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how did you find out he was posting about you on Instagram?
I don't even remember. Oh, I was on Lenae, and a lot of people on his page watch Umar's page also. What is up is not as much as much that was up. He went on this crazy posting everything. He was posting zebra cakes and ginger ales. He was really spazzing out on Instagram, and he fine-tuned it down to the post that he left up which showed his character. But that's how I found out. Everyone told us that he was just going ballistic on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Childish. He's a psychologist. He cannot hold his, I didn't even have a straight, run of it. I wanted to call him a lot of things after he put out the stinky body video, but I had to stay a little focused. He has no self-control at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's very apparent by him just doing, just that video, just saying that stuff.
To be fair, I'm disappointed in Dr. Umar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I knew he was a scammer. I knew he took money from the school, but I didn't know he lived like that. I didn't know he was on Section 8.
Yeah.
I didn't know he treated women like that.
Yeah.
Looking back, and then once I saw the dark side of him, I started seeing things. I'm like, he's always posting these women up, and he needs a hug from them. It's almost like he needs to touch every woman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he needs to touch every woman, even if the woman might be married or whatever. He doesn't have a lot of tact. He kisses strangers and stuff. It's not.
Well, I'm glad
to do all of that in order to have, he kisses girls on the forehead, and
he said he wants multiple wives.
Yeah.
He even in Oxford, he didn't know how to conduct himself in that space. I just started to see things, and I couldn't turn it off.
Well, I'm glad he doesn't like us snow bunnies, so I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, you're in the clear. You're in the clear.
I'm in the clear. Sorry. Just had to say it.
No, man. Oh my God.
He's doing a lot of damage to our community. And it's crazy that he's
Dr. Umar is crazy.
Yeah.
So vocal about certain things because he is the top predator of black women right now, in my opinion.
I think so too.
A predator.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, he could be doing so much for the black community, and it's so unfortunate that this is where where he's been, where he's gotten, because this is horrible. I mean,
so let me ask you a question. Did you ever go to the school?
I did. I went to the school without him.
Oh.
I've actually been up to Philly 2 times since dealing with him without him even knowing. But I told him I wanted to do some work I had to file some paperwork and do some other things while up in Delaware. We love the banking state. And I went by FDMG just to determine whether or not it was worth. I think I just needed a visual to tell me why am I doing and putting up with all of this. This was in a time when we were dealing with each other, and I knew he wasn't in the country. And I went up and I just stood outside and I was like, okay, the kids need this. We got to figure this out. You're going to have to try a little bit harder. I was trying to get his head together so that he could move forward, but his footing was terribly messed up. And from having friends that have built amazing things, I knew that was not how you built an institution.
Yeah.
He was fumbling it terribly. Wow. And even working large projects before, down to like the fine details, I knew that he wasn't, this was even before the house, I knew that he wasn't going to be able to complete it.
Wow.
So do you think it's ever going to open?
No.
I'm sorry.
Do you think it's ever going to open? No. Yeah. I didn't either, but yeah.
Not by him.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't have the capability, unfortunately. You know what? the saving grace right now would be to extract the curriculum from him and let him go on about his way. That might be the saving grace. Maybe to buy it off of him. But he's not able, because I do feel that there is an ultimate creative plan in his mind, but he's just not the guy to pull it off.
Yeah.
He's the one telltale sign they should have told the black community. Most men like him started something in college.
Yes.
And they have, that is just, when there's nothing that was started in college and continued on, or something that he based, I knew right then and there that this was not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think he's using the school to raise money to fund his lifestyle, but I don't think he's doing it for the right reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even now, I'm very cautious, like where I went to school, what I could do. I'm very cautious of what I let out. Though I would love, to use, now that I see how, the internet works. I've never been a fan of the internet, but how it works, I would have been very interested in being able to speak about things that I've done. But I can't do that with him lurking about.
Yeah.
I don't have that, and I don't want to. He's a liability. If I don't know how people are around him and allowing him to move about, so freely. He gives me, he makes me paranoid.
Yeah.
And not because I feel like he's powerful. I just feel like he is an opportunist. He's something that should be contained and watched.
To me, I don't think
he's in jail.
I don't think he's powerful, and I do believe the jig is up. I believe more people are cutting on to him, and I believe he will receive less and less money.
Yeah.
And in 2 to 3 years, it might be over for him.
He doesn't have any power. He's very popular, but he doesn't have any power. But for people that do have things to lose, he is a liability.
Yeah.
He doesn't consider how he moves. One woman that was on Lynn and Honor, she had a movie, and I felt this anyway. I had ideas, and I'm one of those people, I can come up with a business like it ain't nothing. I have books and books and books on businesses, but I could never put him close to anything because he just gives me this feeling like he could destroy it if he got close to it. And the lady that had the music or the movie production company, he tried to sue her for $500,000.
Wow.
See, when she did something happened with $86,000, and he was, I think she had to think about it. And when she had to think about it, he knew that she had the capability to come up with that money, and that made him go in after the $500,000. He got 86, and you could come up with more.
Wow.
He is, You don't want him around investors. You don't want him around celebrities. Do not touch him. If you notice, people have not donated to the school, not because they don't care about what happens to black children.
Right.
They don't come next to the school because he's a liability. And the project is a bad investment.
Jesus.
So anything that you have built, I don't think that he will marry a successful woman.
No, I don't think he can handle a woman like that.
No woman is going to go to school and get degrees and build and and bring up all of this, and then have a man get in an emotional state and wreck it.
True.
Yeah.
True.
It can't tear down anything that I have because I've built in stealth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I put my stuff in trust. The trust is under my business. There's nothing he can do, the internet can do. Either way, my business is going to make a profit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I can talk freely, and then I have a job. My employer, I work for the government. I've heard worse things and seen worse things inside the building.
Yeah.
So I'm okay.
Yeah.
But for another woman that is got a lot to lose, no.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
Run.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, so speaking about the government, is it paranoid when it comes to IRS, the feds, or anything like that?
For the IRS, the feds, with the government, what is that now?
Is it paranoid when it comes to the IRS or the feds?
I've never even had that conversation with him. He should.
Okay.
He should be.
Yeah.
Because I'm only saying.
He sounds to me like someone that I gotta dance around this one lightly. Umar is a prime example of the government will allow you to have a lengthy rope.
Yeah.
But once a file is created, a file is always there. It's always there.
Yeah.
It's the same way I tell people that have been audited. Once you've been audited, there is a potential that they're going to spin the block on you.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't move above board. So he would be the type of person that they would give him enough rope to see what he does with it. But once they pull that rope,
Yeah.
Man, that's kind of sad though.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said earlier, he got so much potential.
another reason why anybody that is worth anything or building anything will steer clear of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shrapnel.
Yeah, for sure.
We're good.
We're good.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for
talking
being
with
here.
us. Yeah, we appreciate it. It was a great conversation.
No problem. My pleasure.
I enjoyed that so much.
Yeah.